beautiful people. It's your girl Gracie, and of course, we are on Media Matters. Hello, guys, it's your girl Gracie, and welcome to another episode of Media Matters. Yes. Today, we are going to be discussing the role of digital media in today's media landscape. And of course, I won't be doing the talking alone. That is why I brought a media guru who is well informed, well educated when it comes to this topic. And I am speaking of no other person but Mr. Toby. Hello, Mr. Toby.
Hi.
If you don't know Mr. Toby, you don't know anybody.
I'm not
Hi.
sure what you're talking about.
It's you. Hi, Mr. Toby.
Hi.
You
Gracie.
look good. You look clean. What's going on? What is
Thank
popping?
you. Yeah, everything.
Melanin
Everything
popping.
is good.
In this Tinubu regime, you are popping.
It is what it is. It really is what it is.
Okay, Mr. Toby, can you brief us on what you do?
Okay, so I am Oluwatobi Babalola. I always like to
Alright.
call my full name. I
Okay.
always like to represent my heritage. As a
Yoruba
man.
demon.
I know,
Yoruba
angel. I love to. And if you see my social media handles, I have what we call amions on my names, like Oluwatobi.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's leave that. I am a marketing and media strategist. I am what you call a 360-degree marketing person. I have experience that spans from traditional media to digital media, from agency to, like we like to call it, the client side. And I currently work in one of Nigeria's foremost agencies, MediaCom, Nigeria, Algorithm Media, whichever.
You see what I'm telling you? You see what I'm telling you? That if you don't know Mr. Toby, you don't know anybody. Okay.
And I manage some key brands in Nigeria. Whose names I won't be mentioning.
Please don't give away. Don't give away too much. Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's
so. This brings me to my first question. In a layman's language, can you tell me what digital media is for you?
So I think digital media can be categorized as everything that you consume on digital platforms and reaching your audience through digital media platforms. So what makes digital media is pretty much the platforms. So digital media is digital platforms, really, exclusive of smart TVs and stuff. Yeah, that I think a layman should understand that if a layman has a phone. So digital media is what you see on your phone.
All right.
As a layman, yeah. What it's not restricted to just your phone, but to a layman, yeah.
Okay. So there's been a lot of changes from the traditional media to the digital media. So will you say it's been a good impact, from the way things have evolved from traditional media to digital media?
To answer your question, I think that it matters who is asking the question. There's no good, there's no bad.
There is no good, there is no
there's
bad.
no bad.
Why did you say that?
Yeah, I'll explain. So to a TV operator, digital marketing or digital media has come to steal their share of value. To a radio presenter, digital media has come to steal their share of value.
Yes.
To the consumer, they don't care. They don't even want to be advertised to. But what digital media has done as regards consumption of media is it has brought about some level of fluidity in what they consume. So for instance, when we're younger, there were times that that every household in Nigeria is watching TV. For instance, God bless you.
This life, Baba Jasko,
Fuji House of Commotion.
Yeah. This time everybody's gathered.
Exactly. You see, you go to houses and you see everybody. In fact, on Sundays when I was younger, we used to have something called house fellowship. And after house fellowship, everybody sits down to watch Fuji out of commotion.
Yeah.
So everybody, we were all watching the same content. It doesn't matter whether you wanted to watch news or you wanted to watch something
You just
else.
have to.
You had to watch it. Dads wanted to watch news, but they were stuck with us watching Fuji House of Commotion. But what digital media means to today's audience is that I can be on my phone on TikTok and watching car videos. I can be on my phone watching DIY videos because that's what interests me. You, on the other hand, can be on Instagram watching makeup. You can be another person can be on YouTube watching a series,
a cooking video, something different.
There's yet another person on what do they call it, on Netflix watching a full-on movie. So what it does is it gives the consumer some level of fluidity with regards to controlling what they consume. And trust me, I mean that's why that's why October 1st is important to us, because we have independence and some level of freedom. Everybody wants freedom to control their content. So to the consumer, digital marketing is key. To the organization or to the brand, especially for brands that know how to look at the times and adapt to the times, digital marketing is key for them to, and it's a positive, because what it does is able to bring them closer to their target audience, able to bring them closer to their consumers, because there are so many ways they are able to use digital marketing in such a way that they have not been able to use with traditional media. So you see, it's not positive, it's not negative. It just depends on who is looking at it.
You said something about the consumer, now that we can all be independent in doing whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's also caused a kind of like division, in the sense that, you know, watching a series together as a family, there's this bond it creates. So now that this one, like, you can see a family in one space and they are not even talking to each other, because this one is on her phone, daddy is on his phone, mommy is doing something on TikTok, the junior brother is playing games on his phone. Do you understand? So if there was no digital media, we would all be together watching Papa Jasco.
Well, you have a point, but that's a social issue that moves from, and at the end of the day, very valid what you're saying. The import of technology and the advancement of technology, we can argue that it brings about a divide in family. It has more social issues. But as brand custodians, as strategists, we're not social we're not social professors. What our job is to do is to look at the times and help brands adapt to it. What is important rather is the success of brands within that we manage within the system. It doesn't matter what it causes. I mean, it's not like we're not immune to it. It's not like we don't care, but it is important that we're able to help our brands, irrespective, move from A to B.
Okay.
But also don't let your Gen Z younger sister or anybody hear this, because they're going to be like, I'm not watching news with daddy. I'd rather have my phone.
That is true. But also, speaking of let's talk about broadcast houses, let's talk about TV, let's talk about radio. You see all these brands now, you know, going away from doing their adverts on them. Like, people would say that few years from now, TV might go on, you know, extinction, because there are little or no people watching TV now as we speak. Like, when last did you on your television and sit down in the parlor and watch a program or watch something? So is it good on the part of all these broadcast houses? Do you understand?
I totally understand what you're saying. So it's not one last. I mean, I turned on my TV yesterday for a long time.
I can't.
I turned on my TV to play game.
I can't remember the last time you played PS5.
Yeah, I played my
Did
game.
you watch AIT? Did you watch AIT?
I'm not going to mention any broadcast house, but I totally understand your point, and it's not necessarily the truth. I'm unable to foresee the future. Nobody is able to foresee the future. We, however,
with the way
can
things are
predict.
going.
But there's at the end of the day, there's no right answer to it. It is understanding the consumer. Consumer consumption of media is moving. For a lot of people, a lot of young people that I know, very few people in those days, when we were growing up, like I always like to refer to, for every house you will see a particular decoder. I'm not mentioning the name, but you know that there's a decoder here.
Yeah.
As we become older, as we move into the category of where our parents were, and by the way, we control Nigeria is a youthful population. We account for about 60% of the population, 60 to 70% of the population in Nigeria. As we begin to build our homes, we do away with them because we're buying smart TVs that has YouTube, Netflix, and because of an increased penetration in internet for us, we're able to have home broadbands that give us an opportunity to watch what we have. It is the reality of things. I'm not sure that I don't know about the future for traditional media. I cannot specifically say this is the future for traditional media. What I can say is that times are growing, times are changing, and it's inevitable that brands, it's inevitable that broadcast houses need to adapt. For instance, I have a television in my house. I've had it for the longest. I have in those days when mommy and daddy buys a TV when we're growing up, the first thing we do is we turn it on and we go look for something called channel search, and to do shh, then to show you
Black and white.
My television, for all intent and purpose, has never left AV. It moves from HDMI 1, HDMI 2, HDMI 3. At no point in all the years that I have owned the TV have I gone to search for Lagos station. That tells you that consumption is moving. Broadcast houses need to move with it. Um, uh, um, Independent content producers producing strictly for TV, producing strictly for radio, need to morph into something different, need to look at their content, look at viable means of usage of these content, look for ways to use these content beyond television, because at the end of the day, it depends on your consumers. It depends on what they are watching. If generally consumers are moving from this, it's inevitable that you need to move. And I always say this as a strategist, and it's important to know Lagos isn't Nigeria. In almost every home in Nigeria, not almost, in a lot of homes in Nigeria, you'll see smart TV. I'm not sure that it's the same in Kano, it's the same in Kaduna, it's the same.
It's not really like that in rural areas.
However, brands, remember that the job that we do is to ensure that our brands survive the times.
Yes.
The job that content producers do is to ensure that they create great content and are profitable. The way they make their money is for brands to buy into content. What brands do is sell. And for them to sell, they need to go where the consumer is, where the quality consumer is. So as a brand, you look at the quality of the consumers that watch TV, terrestrial TV, and you look at the ones that are on the mobile phones, and you're able to decide which will the brand target.
Okay. So how has digital media transformed the landscape of media marketing compared to traditional media?
It's changing times. It is what it is, as I like to say. It's the times are changing. So about 10 years ago, within this industry, when brands broke their budgets, a majority of their budget went to traditional media. So we had situations where it moved from 95% of the brand's budget is on traditional media between TV, radio, out of home.
Newspapers,
and 5% on newspapers, magazine, and 5% was on digital, because now we've moved from traditional media having large of most budget to digital media. We have situations where major brands spend 80, 60, 70% of their marketing budget on digital. And the remaining 10, 15, 20, 30% is left for traditional media. And that is between TV, is between radio and out of home. So the move is towards digital because they're what they're trying to do is target the audience. That's where, I mean, let me give you an example. You have your mobile phone. Check how many times you take your eyes off mobile phone. You're watching TV at home, you're responding to someone on Instagram, you're reading a mail. All other mediums have become passive consumption because you're driving or they're driving you. You're literally pressing your phone. You look up every now and then to look at how the road auditing, but your eyes is glued to your phone. You are almost, I mean, as a brand, the data is telling you, especially understanding that Nigeria is predominantly a youthful population, understanding that the internet penetration in favor of quality audience is increasing. That's where you're going to be. So digital as a whole has just begun to scratch the surface with regards to transforming the media landscape. Because from what we have seen in the past 10 years, digital media is coming in slowly, it's picking momentum. And with the way things are going now, it has just started. So the transformation, oh my God, more I'm not going to say how much. I don't know what the budget scale for brands will be in the nearest future, but I can tell you that it is most likely going to go in favor of digital media.
Okay, so can you tell me some key advantages of using digital media for marketing purposes?
There are a number of advantages. Out of home is a site that is a medium that globally we struggle to measure. It's not a Nigerian problem; it's a global problem. You have brand custodians asking, if I buy this hoarding, what do I get? How am I able to tie it to sales? And there's digital that is able to attribute, you're almost able to trace when you put up a social media ad, you're able to measure click-through rates, you're able reach. Your reach. And it's crazy from an analytics standpoint. Digital just ticks all the boxes because you're able to measure real time. From a budget standpoint, do you know what it costs to have the site on a board or buy one spot on NT News, for instance, as compared to being an SME and put up a post on Instagram and you have just 20,000 naira and you promote it? There are too many to count. What one of the major things it also does is that it brings brands closer to consumers, and this has been measured with the use of influencers. People are able to experience brands without having to experience brands. And I'll give you an example. I am a car person. I love Porsche. I follow so many Porsche pages. For instance, take the Porsche 911 GT3. I know so much about that cars. I know how many horsepower it has. I know when you enter where the start button is. I know what to press to ignite the turbo. But guess what? I've never driven it before. I've never driven one before. Okay. And you realize that with good use of digital marketing, with use good of digital marketing mix, brands are able to give consumers an experience of their brands without even interacting with the brand. Say for instance, you wanted I like cars, you like hair. You look at a page and you see how they pick up the air and just wiggle it, and you can see how fluffy it is. If you had seen that on TV, it would look nice, but you're in close proximity. You keep on going to the person's page, and with the phones, the new iPhones, the quality of the screens, the quality 4K cameras, it immerses you in it. In fact, it's this even brings me back to one of the questions you had asked. Activations and below the line marketing used to be in those days we called it a bridge between a brand and its consumer. That's the simple definition of BTL. It gives you an opportunity to experience your brands. So, for instance, when you get into ShopRite and you see a sample stand of an Accor brand, you are able to go there, taste it, feel it. However, digital media is achieving the same with less spend, because look at what it will cost an Accor brand to buy this space, rent this space, get promoters. What you're doing is using 4K video. What you're doing is using high frequency audio. And I go on Instagram, for instance, and I open and I see a drink, a cold bottle of drink, and the sound over my phone, and I'm like, I'm just going to go into the fridge to get something. I have the experience, even though I can't. So
don't you feel like when consumers have that kind of experience, even without experiencing it, it won't give them this laid back. They won't feel relaxed on getting the product or item because they've actually experienced it when they have not experienced it.
Fantastic. So if I experience a BTL activation, for instance, I have to test the brand and realize that I might realize something called cognitive dissonance when you have tasted it and you're no longer interested, or you have some level of dissatisfaction. But you see, with the use of social media, digital channels in engaging and driving brand experience, what it does is you experience the brand, but it creates a longing for more. I've never driven a Porsche. I whenever I travel next, there's a particular place I'm traveling to, and I've called my friend there, and I'm like, whatever you do, rent a Porsche. I don't care how much it costs, because I want to
Best believe this car.
Best believe that. For instance, you're on Instagram. Like I said, you see somebody that is advertising a hair with a 4K camera. She brings out the hair as you guys like to have. She wiggles it. You see her look at you. You're already mesmerized. Like, she wiggles it. And the next thing, you close, you minimize the app and you open your bank account to check how much is there. When you open your bank account to check how much is
the first thing I'm even doing, I'm going to screenshot or screen record that video because
and you're going to buy it eventually. Honestly. So what it does is you are able to experience it without experiencing it.
And you get tasty for it.
Oh my God. You have no idea what brand experience is going to go through to the next phase of brand experience with regards to digital. Apple Vision Pro has started something that, and at the end of the day, like I said, it's about being discerning. It's about knowing what is coming. With the Apple Vision Pro, the goggles that allows you to check Facebook, people in the nearest future, what is going to happen is that we're going to wear glasses with our phone, with virtual reality, and we're going to go shopping right in our room, right on our bed.
Can you imagine?
You're going to wear your goggles, and you're going
be able to,
at that point,
you are staying in your room.
The form of advertising at that point is not TV, it's not radio. The form of advertising is digital. It might not even be the traditional digital that we know now. Digital continues to move, continues to morph. It continues to morph into something different at every point in time, and we just have to take advantage of it.
Okay. So that brings me to my next question. What role do data analytics and insights play in shaping digital media marketing strategies?
Unfortunately, in Nigeria, there's a dearth of data. Data is not necessarily available. But what digital platforms do is that they make data more available, more accessible. And I had spoken briefly to this, stating that when you have your digital ad, take for instance, you just have a simple ad on Instagram, within minutes, within hours, you are able to tell certain metrics. You're able to tell engagement. You're able to tell impressions. You're able to tell likes. You're able to see if your followers have increased. That's data. For traditional media, what we've had to do is wait a whole month for a report to come. If you're subscribed to the report, it's a long, tedious
process.
Yeah. So what this has done is that with regards to media buying and strategy, there's something we call optimization, where you're able to look at, is this working? Is that working? If this is working, this creative is not working, we can do this creative. Take for instance, I have two creatives, and I put two of them on out of home. I might never know which creative pops more, which creative appeals to the audience more. But those same two creatives, I put them on social media. I'm able to tell by virtue of impressions, the likes, which one people favor. And I'm able to tailor other creative. It's called A/B testing. I'm able to tailor other creatives to this form. And that's optimization. It's a world of it's a new world that analytics, it just drives analytics, because in a world where we don't have enough data, we're morphing into a world where we get data on the go. There are arguments against the data. Let's leave that. There are also arguments against traditional media data. But the truth is, with digital media, we're able to on the go get data.
Speaking on data analysis, you're trying to tell me that with digital media now, we are sure that, okay, this is the data analysis they're giving us is true, it's facts and all that. But most pages now, they go as far as buying likes, even comments. Do you understand? Even views. So consumers that don't really know how the authenticity of that page. So what are you going to say about that? Because now people can buy likes, they can buy followers, they can even buy page. Do you understand? There is nothing like that. There's nothing like that sort in traditional media.
I argue against that. I think that
Okay.
as a people, and not just as Nigerians, as a people generally, as human beings, for every time we have had to work with something, we found ways around it. It does not mean that nothing is foolproof in reality. However, there's something in digital called organic growth. And it's not just about, because it's about the brand. It doesn't matter whether they try to buy. You buy likes, and at the end of the day, it's a myth. But let's say that it happens. You buy a page, the brand's authenticity will always show, because for a brand, everything comes down to the bottom line. If you buy likes, you buy followers, it's great. But it won't have the positive impact that you expect marketing to have on your bottom line. Remember that the reason marketing media exists is to assist brands, or to sell that is our purpose. We say that, oh, we build brand. Why are you building the brand at the moment?
It's to drive sales, yeah.
It's to sell. So as a marketing professional, when you do those things, it tanks the bottom line. So if no, because I am a proponent of solid marketing strategy, I'm a proponent of good work ethics. It's not something I subscribe to. It's not something I do. However, for brands that do this, it often shows at the end of the day. It's not about, but at the end of the day, the brand is still in control of what they do. The brand is in control of whether they buy or they do not buy. But if you're able to do it right, not buy, but if you're able to do digital marketing right, you'll see the benefits.
Okay. So my last question is, what do you envision the future of digital media, considering um the changes and consumers' behavior.
This is an interesting question.
Okay.
I am unable to envision it because it is great.
Mm.
What is to come is nothing like where we have been. I think that what we've achieved, what digital media has achieved, what social media has achieved, what content creation has achieved, what
Yeah.
digital brand experience have achieved
Mm.
is just scratching the surface. By the
So
time we morph into virtual reality, by the time virtual reality, and I mentioned that Apple Vision Pro has done so much with what they brought. Ray-Ban has this what do you call it? This specs that is able to connect to your phone, and you're able to do a lot of things with it. That is the near future. That's not the
that's not even
long-term future. That's the
what we are going
near
to
future.
see.
Imagine, and also I'd mentioned it. Like imagine having to shop from the full-on shopping. Full on feels like you walked into the biggest mall in Dubai. You're
Mm-hmm.
able to virtually walk into the biggest mall in Dubai. Go to Nike store, go to the
From
Ralph Lauren
from the
store,
comfort of your home,
from
pick
the
up
comfort of your
groceries,
home.
everything.
Exactly. That's
Wow.
where we're going to with regards to brand experience, with regards to digital experience, and that still is still scratching the surface. So the future is
You
crazy.
should expect a
What I would
whole lot.
say to anybody, content
Mm.
producers, to media strategists, to media agencies,
Mm-hmm.
there's a need to adapt. You have to adapt to the time,
Mm.
or you'll soon become extinct.
That is true. That is true. So, on this note, we are going to be tuning it down a little bit. There's been a whole lot of, information flying here and there. So, we are going to turn it down. We are going to be playing a game.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes. So, it's going to be a guessing game. I would call colors, then you would tell me the brands that are affiliated with that color.
Okay.
All right, then let me test
Do I get a
your.
prize?
Do you get a prize? Yes, you do.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Well, if you miss, you have to take off something from what you are wearing.
Look at my eyes.
You have
Bombastic side eye.
honestly speaking,
Bombastic
which Baba,
side
you will
eye.
take something off. You
I
will
don't
drop, okay,
understand.
you will drop something.
I don't understand.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll remove the strand of my hair for you.
I don't think that. Okay, okay. So we are starting now. Are you ready?
Wow, as ready as I can be.
All right. Red and white.
KFC.
That's not what I want.
KFC is red.
Tell me another one. Tell me
Yeah.
another one.
KFC is red and white now.
Another brand, please.
Vodafone.
I'm expecting Airtel. What is going on here? I want Airtel. Tell me Airtel.
The
Okay.
expectation of this righteous has been cut short.
Okay. Okay. Good one.
Yeah.
Color green.
Ralph Lauren.
Ha! I don't know that. It's glue, I know. Okay, you are dropping something.
Gucci has green.
How many green is in Gucci?
Red and green.
I don't want to hear that one. No, you
I
are
already
dropping.
told
You
you.
are,
Ralph
you
Lauren.
did not get that. I don't know what is black. I don't know what you didn't get that one.
Ralph Lauren.
You did not get it. You did not get it.
Mhm.
Okay. Green. I called green just now. Okay, yellow.
Ferrari.
You like big things a lot.
Oh,
you like
I
big
do like
things.
big things.
A layman will say MTN. MTN that
Where
been
are you
following us
going?
everywhere we go. You know what?
Where are you going?
Okay. So color black.
Sonny.
This man, is it that you don't want to drop anything for me? Like what is going on? Okay. So I'm going to be showing you different logos. You are going to be telling me the names of the brand. In 5 seconds. I want you to tell me the name of the brands in 10 seconds. See, I even increased the time for you.
I actually don't know these logos. I actually just know like 4 of these logos.
Okay, let's hear it out. Thank God.
So I'm 4 of 12. That means that I don't know how many.
Just tell me the ones you know.
8. So you're going to get 8 strands of air. Let me.
Which one is 8 strands of air? Oh yeah, let's hear
the first one is Pepsi.
Yeah, that's correct.
The second one, I know the second one. I can't remember.
Okay, the third one.
Third one, I can't see well. I still cannot see well.
I think you're lying.
I still cannot see well. Why they're not logos I'm used to. What was this?
That is the essence
I'm
of
a
the game.
Nigerian.
That is
I'm a Nigerian. I choose not to answer this. I choose not to answer
Go
this.
ahead. Let's move to the fourth one.
BMW.
All right.
That's Yahoo.
Yahoo
Mail.
Okay. Yes.
That's this coffee shop. No, I know it is the coffee.
What is the name? What is the name?
No.
Okay.
So
let's move to the next
that's
one.
That's Starbucks now. That's Starbucks. I don't. What's the other one? I can't see the other one. I don't know it. Actually, don't know. This is very popular. They create movies for children, and I've forgotten the name.
Thank God. Next one.
Well, I know it, but I've forgotten the name. I don't know now. Atlas. I don't know it.
Okay.
That's
Next
Guinness.
one. Okay.
That's Apple underneath it, and that's DreamWorks. So last no collect past 3 strands of it.
Which one is 3? I don't need 3 strands of it. Start dropping your Apple Watch. The Apple Watch that have been eyeing since. Drop it now. Okay, guys. It's a wrap, and we have come to the end of today's episode. Remember, guys, we are in changing times. So as creators, as media personnel evolve, learn to follow trends, learn to be able to change, like follow what is going on, learn to involve and all that. Remember to like, share, comment down below what topic you want us to talk on, and subscribe. Turn on your post notification bell so you get informed anytime we drop a new video. Bye. Yeah.